Now we're in Park Slope to hear Latin jazz great Arturo O'Farrill play, and we're in for a big treat because apparently the whole family is jamming. There's definitely harmony in Arturo O'Farrill's house, but not consensus, as Arturo leads a jam session with his two sons and their schoolmate. Did you always want to play the drums?
Actually, when I was a little kid, I really didn't want to play any musical instrument. So I think I chose drums because I figured they'd be most annoying, but I wound up, really enjoying playing drums.
Tell me, what do you like about the trumpet?
I just think it's like the coolest instrument. It's better than every other instrument.
What makes the trumpet superior?
It just has a big sound. It's nice and shiny.
Luckily, Dad's here to settle the matter.
I feel like jazz should be about families, and families should gather around the drum set and put a couple of logs on it. No offense, Zach, please. I didn't mean anything by that, because they all think that their instrument is the best, which of course we know the piano is the Rolls Royce. That's the problem, is that the one playing bass, she thinks the bass is the bomb. The one playing trumpet, always all shiny. And the drummer like, yeah. No, the piano, man. The piano gave birth to all of us. That's the thing they don't understand.
Arturo leads two renowned Latin jazz orchestras. And while his bands play on beautiful stages at Symphony Space and Birdland, what happens in this house is extra special.
What goes on in this house is insane. Sometimes it's like a mad conservatory. We have a jam session going on this floor. On the first floor we have a trumpet lesson. On the third floor we have a piano lesson, and someone might be composing something somewhere in a corner. To me, that's what jazz is about. Jazz is about those great virtues and values that keep us real. I mean, it began as a very, very distinct and solid aesthetic. And so I think we need to protect that and love it. And that's why, to me, hearing young people play music is always the greatest feeling for me.
I have to agree. In fact, the spirit of the jam is so infectious, I jump in on the act. Quickly recognizing my limitations, I leave them to pick up the beat as we head to our next stop. From Brooklyn to Queens at hour 21, we're at the Louis Armstrong House, another house of jazz working to keep the music alive. On this day, the Festival of New Trumpet Music is paying tribute to Satchmo. It was a groove Armstrong's longtime publicist, Phoebe Jacobs, could dig.
It's exciting to hear three great trumpet players capture the spirit of Louis Armstrong and do completely different arrangements than he ever performed, making you realize that Louis is still alive.
Festival founder Dave Douglas was also hearing plenty of high notes.
Eddie Allen has written a whole new book of music that are rearrangements of Louis Armstrong's music. And so what he's decided to do is make a three-trumpet group with Cecil Bridgewater and James Zoller. And as you can hear in the background, he's presenting out in Louis' garden this beautiful program of music.
We enjoy the sound and setting a little longer, but we're already into our 23rd hour, so it's time to hit the road. It's hour 24 of our jazz marathon, and we're going to wrap it up at a house party here in Harlem. Inside Berta Alloway's apartment, the music is in full groove. Berta doesn't sing or play, but she makes music happen. Best known as a jazz promoter and booker, Berta has never minded bringing her work home.
We have Sunday jams here. The people in the neighborhood come by, and the musicians get together, and they do a Sunday jam from 4 to 8, and it's just great. I have chicken and coleslaw today.
Berta's been hosting parties like this one for years. She's also credited with helping bring live music back to Harlem in the early to mid-90s, booking acts, coordinating jam sessions, and attracting tourists and locals to the clubs. A regular performer at the clubs and here is Berta's daughter, Lady Cantrice.
A great thing is the musicians all love her, so they'll come here just on the strength of love. You know, love for Roberta, because she is jazz. She's brought jazz back to Harlem when Harlem music was dying. So this is where it's at, always.
We're enjoying it so much, it's actually hour 25, and we're still here. Lady Cantrice understands. This is where she grew up and started singing.
Growing up, my mom always had people at the house. We always had music, always hosting and celebrating something, celebrating life. And she loves the music. So if we can't hear it at the nightclub, you can hear it here.
After 25 hours, I can attest, New York is both heart and home to the best of jazz. And when there's jazz playing, it always feels like home.